Just here a beautiful Leonay today. We're just about to go on an adventure looking for the very remote Glenbrook railway tunnel. But earlier this year, Julie here on River Road had some incredible floods. How far? Where did the water come up to?
A metre up the driveway.
A metre up the driveway is where the water was. So all that greenery, the footpath that you see across the road there, and you can see a bunch of trees taken down. And it was very hard to see through all these trees in the last couple of years I've been coming here. But those floods 4 or 5, 6 months ago have just cleared a path that you can see the mighty Nepean River. Were you getting worried when it was lapping by your driveway?
It came up that high.
So her driveway's there, so here's my car here, so halfway up the driveway. So that would have been nice and deep, all on the road there. Was there any road damage? You can see where it's cracked a little bit in front. See how you were cracking there from the water seepage?
Had the police out the front stopping people from driving through.
She sure does live in a beautiful area. So we've got a few people exercising. So our exercise for today is, as I said, just down from here, so we don't have to drive today and we have to stay in the local area because we can't go out. That's 10 kilometres or more with these lockdowns. We're going to try and find this Glenbrook railway tunnel. So down the bottom of this road here, there is what I had a look to be on the satellite map, a rail corridor. Whether or not it's overgrown, we have no idea. If it is, then we'll have to take another route to the, I think it's the eastern portal of the Glenbrook railway tunnel. So that's the adventure for today. A bit of exercise, not knowing what we're going to encounter in the bush. And it's a beautiful sunny 20 degrees. Normally the M4 there, as you can see in the distance, would be teeming with cars, but there's absolutely nothing at the moment. People are locked down in 8 areas, hard lockdowns in 8 areas of Sydney. I'm kind of lucky because I'm classified as in the single bubble. So Julie's single, lives alone, I'm single and I live alone, so we can come to one another's houses anytime we want because of this single bubble. Last week she was over at my place and this week I'm over at hers, taking in this adventure. So we'll go get something to eat, fill our bellies, and then we'll start to rock and roll. Started our walk to try to find the Glenbrook railway tunnel, walking along River Road here, just seeing the devastation of the floods earlier this year. I've never seen this. I haven't been here since then. Look at all these trees uprooted. Look at these tree stumps just to the right of me here, in front of me now. Just completely snapped. So the water would have been over our heads here, wouldn't it? It has opened up quite a nice view now.
Yeah.
You couldn't really see the water before. Look at that one there, it's just sheared from the bottom and then sheared in half. It just snapped. Look at that one stuck in the tree down there, Jules.
Yeah.
And that one's got a whole bunch of stuff above it. And that one's got a whole bunch of stuff at the base of it.
I wish council would come along and remove.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't cleaned it up. It's been for it.
Because it's not just here, it's the whole way along.
Maybe they started at some
and
point.
right down where the weir is, it's like tree cemetery.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's worse down there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, this year's been a real stinker, hasn't it? With COVID, with the the Delta strain and all the rains and the floods. I've just turned on to Lapstone Place in Leonay, and you wouldn't know it unless you're a local. Jules has brought me down this street once before and said, listen, there's a little track that goes alongside of a driveway here, and this takes you exactly where we need to start the rail corridor. You wouldn't have a clue if you were trying to attack the eastern porthole of the Glenbrook tunnel unless you're a local, or unless you had a good look at it on the satellite map. Where is it, Jules? Down here?
Yeah.
Over here. Yeah. So we've got houses all around here.
What is
beautiful houses.
And did you say that has a house on it or just land?
And this is where we need to go. This little dirt track. It's been worn, so people are coming down here. Jules is forever talking homes and houses with real estate agents. So now turn from a dirt track to a sandy track, and at the top of this track we'll get to the base of some power lines that will give us a guide where this rail corridor starts. These are one of the markers that you find on the satellite maps when I mapped out this route. This is where we needed to get to. Now there's a bit of a left-hand turn here, and the track, or the gully, is just here on the right, Jules. Is there any sort of like path where we can walk? Good morning. So the rail corridor went down here somewhere, and Jules is not keen on bush bashing, so I've got to try to find some sort of path that heads down. That's our marker, those lines. We need to keep them on the left of us until we get to the train tracks a little bit further down, where we then have to cross and go under a bridge. Now there's... Hang on for a sec. Now you can see a gully down there, and that's what it's called. It's called a railway gully. And you can see there's a cutting down there. We're going to try to make it down this hill, and hopefully it'll be an open clearing where we can actually walk up and do the trek to the eastern porthole through the bush. Okay, we've started the descent down from up the top there. It's a little bit of a tricky climb down, but once you get to this point here, you can see what looks like to be like a gully, a railway corridor. It looks to be like a creek bed, but from what the satellite maps show, it is what probably was the Great Western Line back in the day before they deviated it. Jules is going straight down. You got to turn left, babe. You got to come over this way. You got to come over to the S bend over here. It's a lot easier. Alright, the hard bit is done. The climb down. Well, let's just hope walking along this, what looks to be a corridor, is the right way. We'll head up here and see how we go. I'd say it'd be very overgrown. Now that's what we can see down at the bottom here. Looks to be a creek bed. Whether or not this was a rail corridor, I'm just guessing for now. But the power lines are up there, right above us. We need to stay on the right-hand side of those, and we need to have houses on the right-hand side of us as well. Because when we get a certain point along here, we will need to cross the train tracks and then head in the opposite direction under those power lines. This is going to be a nice exercise through here today. We're going to be really feeling it by the end of the day. A little bit further on, and this is what we're encountering. Not all that hard to get through. There's not a lot of water in this creek bed. Houses are still to the right of us, and just up above these trees are the telegraph wire lines, electrical lines. What a beautiful walk. As I was saying to Jules, I don't think too many people have tried to attack this tunnel from down here. Firstly, I don't think anyone would really pull up the satellite imagery and see that it's actually written that there's a gully here. And secondly, it's a lot quicker to get to the portal if you go a different way. But we like to do things hard here. I like to do things uniquely. So I can say when I did it, we did it this way. How are you finding it, Gilesy? Do you know there's a rumour going around that Gladys Berejiklian opened up the singles bubble because she was missing my content on the YouTube channel? She was an avid watcher, and the word on the street is, the reason why she opened the singles bubbles is because firstly she's single, so to have her boyfriend come around and snuggle by the fire, what, you're struggling to get over? Okay, let me finish off what I was saying and then I'll come and help you. And yeah, that's why she created the singles bubble, to allow my content to get back on the YouTube. What are you trying to do? Build a stone bridge? Yeah. How about you just go up around the tree here? Very good, very smart. I can actually walk through there with thongs. So. Alright, let's build a stone bridge and keep on going. Slowly making our way up this creek bed. We're now coming to little pockets of water here. But it's not so bad. And it's so peaceful. We've still got houses up the top there, which is good. And the electrical wires are to the left of us. We're deliberating whether or not it is an old rail line, or if it's just a gully. We have seen lantana, which means lantana is a standard issue for railway lines back in the day. I used to love planting lantana everywhere, and we have come across a lot of lantana down here. You can see a little piece there, and there was a lot, there you go, down the bottom there. Wherever there's railway lines, you will always see lantana. So I'll have to do a bit more research to find out if this was the line back in the day. What a beautiful scenic route it was, if it was the line. Coming through what's like rainforesty area. Absolutely stunning. I used to love doing stuff like this as a kid. The amount of creek beds that I've got in as a child, not knowing what we'd find and playing in them all day long. Let's go. We'll see if this opens up a little bit further up. Can we get up that little cliff there? Oh, cool. Something buried in the creek bed here. It looks to be an axle, maybe from a train. I don't know, I could be very wrong, but it might have something to do with trains once upon a time. Maybe a hub for a train or something? I don't know, it's just guessing for now. That's the first sign of seeing anything that could be possibly related to old locomotives from back in the day. We can just hear the train to the right of us up here, so we must be getting close to where we have to cross the tracks and head under a bridge to walk along the side of the Great Western Highway. Beautiful area down here with all the ferns. We've got some great pics with Julie standing next to the fern here. This is all cleared here. Oh, there's a house up there, so they must treat this like their backyard. You'll see the house. So there, whoever lives up there has cleared this whole area here. Look at all the rock slippages. This would have been part of that mountain. You can see where rocks have slipped in there. And look at this big bertha over here. Look at the size of this one that's fallen from up there somewhere. And she's landed sideways in the gully, in the gorge. Geez, those trains are passing pretty quickly. We have to be careful crossing those train tracks. Reckon they'll have a rail bridge for us? I doubt it very much. No. No, we're fair way up from Lapston Station. This is an illegal crossing to get on the other side. I just hope it's not fenced. Oh, this is pretty wild through here. That's what we've... So this is the hardest bit, I gather, because we're now coming up to clearing. But we haven't even reached the portal yet, and I've done a video worthy of just walking down here. It might not look pretty spectacular coming through the camera, and as we said, we needed to always keep those electrical wires on the left of us. It wasn't very hard because this creek bed just follows those electrical wires. Off you go, Jules, you go in front of me and keep a lookout. As soon as we see some houses where on flat land, that's where we need to cross. We've had to clear a lot of lantana from down up here, but the interesting thing is, in the distance down here, we've got something colourful. It looks to be a house. A house in a creek bed. It's an old building. What the hell is that? Is that a tunnel? Oh, it's a stormwater tunnel. Ah, okay. It's a stormwater tunnel. Can we actually walk through it or walk to the side of it? You can cut up through the cutting there. This is filled with rocks. Let me just see if I can see light on the other end. Jeez, when I seen this from the distance, I thought, what the hell's going on? Oh yeah, it comes out. I've just got to get. Can you get this torch out here, Jules? and just tighten it up. I'm just going to switch it on. Can you just tighten up that handle? Yeah. You got it? Okay. That's what that looks like. I could probably walk all the way through, but that leaves Jules here, so I'll actually walk around the side with her. I can hear voices. Must be the houses up here. You want to take a picture of that? And when you got it? You got it? Let's walk around the side of it here and we'll see where it brings us out. So we decided to go up along adjacent to the water tunnel, but it pretty much stops in its tracks. Someone has rolled these big cable things down here and it's blocked our access. Jules has just said, I have no doubt that water tunnel probably goes under the tracks and gets back on the other side where we need to be. I was hoping we could bypass it. That's the third golf ball I found. So people are knocking golf balls from the houses up here. So instead of going up through this lantana, we're going to make our way back down to the tunnel. We're actually going to crawl through the tunnel. There's the train tracks just there, and we need to be on the opposite side of those train tracks. Right, let's head on back down.
Looked like it got shallower, didn't it?
Yeah, I know. Right, walking through this tunnel. No graffiti inside, and it does open up, well, not open up, it deepens up as you get to the middle. So I can actually stand now. It's a little bit hard to get in to begin with. So if anyone's thinking about doing this walk, just remember that you're going to have a water tunnel to walk through, and if there's been any rain throughout the week, you might have to navigate a flooded tunnel. We're kind of lucky today. You okay, Joss?
Yeah, I'll just run that.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were taking pics. You behind me?
Yeah.
Am I right to go now?
Yeah.
Well, this is something we were not expecting to find. This has probably taken us now under the live Great Western track, the main track. We'll have an idea where we're at once we see on which side the power lines are. We have to head away from the power lines very soon. Oh, nice little birdie. There you go, Julesy. You sweet? You sweet?
Yep.
I got your little phone here. I've got the X80 GT in your backpack. We're saving that for the tunnel if it's open. All right, back in the creek bed. All right, I know exactly where I am now. That was fantastic, wasn't it? You want to take a picture down this way? Ready? Tell me when you got it landscape. Actually, come in behind me here so we can get this graffiti as well. That's what you need to look for. I don't know if you can pick that up in the distance, but if you can see that road, the bridge over there in the distance, we have to actually go under that. So very soon we're going to be hugging the Great Western Highway.
Okay.
Oh, hang on there. Just out of the water drain there was these stairs coming up with a whole bunch of blue tape saying not to come up here. The live railway line is just here. If you head up this, what seems to be a service or access track for cars, that takes you back up to the Great Western Highway. But there is, it tells us on the maps to continue to follow this, what does it say? Tunnel gully. So it does call it a tunnel gully. So this creek creek bed is known as a tunnel gully, so it probably was the old railway corridor. And the reason why we know to actually get back down into it and follow it is on the satellite map you need to cross under, in the gully, a huge road, and that road, the big bridge, is just down here. I'd say these stairs here is to service this water drain. If something was to block it, you need to have access to get down here and clear it. So that's where we came out of, and we're heading east because we have to get to the eastern porthole, or the portal. And there's the concrete footing. If you can see in the distance, you can actually see cars going along it. We have to actually go under that, and this still is our way to get to the Glenbrook tunnel. So we don't have far to go now. I honestly thought that we needed to cross live railway lines, but we don't. If you follow this gully slash creek bed slash gorge slash railway corridor, this should, we haven't confirmed it yet, but this should take you to the mouth of the portal. Onwards and upwards, Gilsy. Alright. I only wish that other adventurers could have a girl like I do. Look at the stuff that she puts up with. She will follow me anywhere where I go. You are a legend. She has her life in my hands. Here it is. Should be Grosvenor Road or Governor's Road, one or the other. I'm not quite sure what it was, Grosvenor's or Governor's. We're right underneath it. This is exactly the pass that we needed, the bridge that we needed to get under. So far I know that we're on the correct path. How built up of these rocks it gets a little bit further on, I don't know. There's a lot of trees. We might have to navigate our way through Lantana now. We've had a pretty good up to here, so if this is what we need to do, this is what we need to do. Can you get a picture of that underpass, the bridge there, Jules? I've had a lot of stuff washed down from up here. This is going to take an effort to get through. I'm going to need both hands, I'd say. We are in testing times now. There's a lot of landslips here, and the creek bed, or the gully, tunnel gully, has been covered, so we've had to wave our way through Lantana. We're on the opposite side of that bridge now. There's been another slippage here. So if anyone is thinking about doing this walk from River Road, once you get out of that train tunnel, that's when you're going to encounter some problems. So take note. Take note, there's a lot of loose rocks, and if an ankle's going to go on you, this is the place where it's going to do it. In saying that, just under the bridge, it's where it is really bad. As soon as you get up to this little point here, there seems to be a nice, clear, open path again. So if that's all we had to do, I'll take that any day of the week. We've got a few cuts and scrapes on the old feet, the old thongs. $5 for these Javianas from up at Osmosis there at WWII. Before the lockdown hit, we were up there. We've got an old tractor wheel here. We haven't found all that much debris, to be honest. I was expecting to find so many more things dumped that the creek had washed down, but it wasn't to be the case. Open path now or not? I can hear people. Alright, it's pretty hard to hide my excitement, but just where I stopped recording, where the tyre was back there, look what we have come across. What may have been some sort of platform. We have bricks and mortar down here. So something was here a long time ago. This tunnel was built in 1892 and ran until 1913. This could very well be a station. I'll get underneath this tree and look back at it. I don't know how many people... Did you take a few pictures of that, Jules? Yeah. Take a few pictures of this way as well, because I doubt many people get to see that. So we've got like a retaining wall, and it looks like it goes down. There may have been a station here. It's hard to tell. Possible rail corridor and possible station. That's got the juices flowing. That we may now be very close. Look, it looks like a cutting here. This very much looks like a cutting. This tunnel, the reason why it closed, it's because it had very poor ventilation, and there was a lot of drainage problems within the tunnel and train slippages. There were times where a train would go down into the tunnel and he couldn't go any further, and he would have to reverse out. They would be stuck in there for days. So it was a lot of problems. But what makes it fascinating is that after the tunnel closed in 1913 and World War II hit 30 odd years later, it was used by the RWAF as a mustard gas storage facility. So they were expecting Japan to attack Australia with chemical weapons, and they stored mustard gas within this Glenbrook tunnel. And there's a piece online that actually says that there's an episode of Cities of the Underground, which is a show that I love to watch, but I mustn't have seen this episode, where it says it's called Alcatraz, Australia, and they actually do a piece from within this tunnel. So we have no idea once we get to the portal if it's going to be open, if there's going to be a big locked gate. I know from the western end, if you look online on Wikipedia, there's a huge gate and it's locked. But how many people come up from the eastern end? I doubt it very much. Many people come up the way we're going. This is going to be so interesting once we find the mouth of this portal. Look at Jungle Woman here. I come up through the rock face here, and she wanted to test herself through there. Hang on, let me get back here to show the viewers how you're going to climb up all these rocks now. Alright. Do it, rock lady. Mountain climber. There's a lot of loose rocks here. Careful. That's how ankles are snapped. We are still ploughing on through the tunnel gully. Wouldn't it be great if they haven't bothered to seal the eastern portal because it's so hard to get to, and the only one that is locked is the western side, and we can actually walk through It's about 630 metres in length. So if you were to compare that to some of the other tunnels we've walked in, hang on, just be careful there, Jules, that's real sketchy there. The Otford Tunnel is 1,550 metres long. That takes about 40 minutes to walk through. So this one should take us about 20 minutes each way. Okay? Look at the, it's rather chilly down in there. Ooh, that's your lantana. That's lantana. Railway issue lantana. Oh, it's getting testing now. It's fighting us now. We are starting to hear and see signs that we are close. So if you can see, there seems to be like a retaining wall built purposely with all the rocks on the side here, and what I'm standing on here is concrete. Someone's built a big slab of concrete right below my feet, and just up to the top here is the Great Western Highway, and looking on the satellite maps, the tunnel is just off the Great Western Highway. Just if you jump off the barrier up the top there, as you're coming around the corners coming into, what's the first suburb? Glenbrook, isn't it? Up the top, Glenbrook, yeah. If you're going towards Glenbrook, and just before you get there, you'll see a sign stating all the towns that you're going to pass. If you jump off to the left of that sign off, on the other side of the guardrail, you'll come down to exactly where we are at the moment. Again, lantana. Someone told me a long time ago, it's a standard issue when it comes to railways. They love planting lantana. It stops people from coming in. There is lantana everywhere. It's just a massive lantana. So we're going to have to fight through this to get, I've got a good feeling that we're pretty close at the moment. If you see something, yell out, Jules. All right, just trying to follow Jules. Where are you, Jules? You what? All right, head on. So Jules reckons she's come across some sort of tunnel. So someone has built something deep into the jungle. Is it the tunnel, or is it it's a concrete footing, whatever it is. That's old. Have you got that torch, Mike? Beautiful. All right, let's walk through. Yeah, that's to stop garbage getting in. Can you push that aside and make our way in or not? We can go up around it, but of this, yeah. Actually, what I'll do, I'll walk up around it and see what's up here. This might actually take us. Oh. All right, we've got tracks. We have got tracks. Where is this tunnel? Trying to find the other side. Must be over here. Yeah, walk around. Actually, I'll drop down over here and film inside it. We must be close because there's tracks all around here. Now we've just got to find the main entry. There you go. There's a bit of 1800 architecture. What do you reckon, Gilsey? You reckon this is from down? Yeah, down through here. Yep, come through there. Don't know what this was. It's probably because we came up through the creek bed or the gully. It probably was some sort of storm water.
This side seems a lot higher than the other side, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't that weird? How would you look from one side?
Yeah.
very deceiving.
I know. You coming in? Have a look at it. You want to take a picture from there?
Yeah.
Take a picture from there. I'll just stand to the side here. Well, we found some interesting things on this route. And as I was saying to Julie, there is no rubbish, there are no water bottles, there is no graffiti. No one comes this way. No one has done this journey from the end of Lapstone Place. All right, let's start winging.
That was a good picture.
Oh, really? I didn't see it. Go. All right. Okay, let's start winging it now. We've got tracks going in all sorts of directions. I doubt highly that it's going to take us long to find it. You head on up. Just look for a deep cutting, because considering it's a tunnel, it might be down over there. Just go up the same way that we came down. We actually got to find the right track too to get back out onto Explorers Road. Turn right, and then we'll go over this little tunnel. See what we come up to. We've just come across a couple of bushwalkers, and I told them where we came from, and I said that it looked to be remnants of an old station down there, and they confirmed what I filmed was a station. It was called, what was it called? Lucasville Station. So what we thought to be brickwork and what looked to be a station, these two husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, confirmed it. We also asked them whereabouts the tunnel is, and they said if you follow this track you are very close to it. Unfortunately, they told us it's not open. So they said it's closed. There's talk about it being reopened for pedestrians and bicycle access, pretty much what they plan on doing for the Otford Tunnel. So unfortunately we're just going to see the eastern portal, and we're not going to be able to get in. That's probably it down there. Yeah, that's it down there, because the write-up online says that it's very boggy. So this might go, so he's probably told us to come this way so we don't get bogged. That's probably the tunnel down there. I'm going to have to get down there and get really dirty. That looks like the rail corridor down there. Look how boggy it is. That reminds me of Corley. Corley tunnel was like that as well. There's the creek bed on this side, a tunnel gully. So he must have done close to the walk, maybe from the bridge, because he's gone down and seen Lucasville Station. Can you see anything here, Jules? There is a cutting, so you can see the rock face along there. That looks typical of where a train would enter a tunnel. He confirmed that it was used for mushrooms and mustard gas by the WWII. So I think what I'll do, we'll film the mouth of the portal, and then I'll try to find that episode of Alcatraz Australia Alcatraz, on Cities of the Underground. There might be a clip on YouTube. If so, I'll mesh it with this video, and you can actually see what it looks like inside. There's a path going down here. And I think that's the rail corridor down there. I'll wait till we get to it, because I don't know how far away we are, so it's always the way. I just turn off the camera, and this has happened numerous times, and Jules has yelled out, "It's here!" So it's just at the top of this hill here. Is it down? I thought so. It's down there. very boggy. Alright, I'm going to have to try to climb down there. Can you see gates on it or not? Well, there's no climbing down this way. There it is, just down there. You can get on top of it. This is the way we're going to have to head out, I think, one of these tracks. Alright, here's the top of it. Can you get a picture from there, Jules? He says that it's locked. Does it look like it's locked? Oh, oh, it's busted, is it? Looks like it's busted. Looks like it's a hole in it. If it is, we're going. Reckon I can get down there?
Just have a look there. See that truck behind me?
It looks like someone's busted it. We've got brickwork here as well. This might have been the stairs going down. There's some sort of something going down here. Come on, let's go. We're going to have to slide down here. This is dangerous. I'm going to have to take the thongs off. Highly dangerous. Oh, this is slippery. Alright, I'm going to have to... How am I going to do this? This is risky. I'm going to have to turn the camera off and get down first. Alright, Gilesy. Slowly. Because... No, you've got to hang on to the wall now. Now put your hand on the concrete. Put your hand down on the concrete. Yeah. Leave the stick. The stick's not going to help you anymore. Good girl. You're nearly there. You're a champion. Absolute champion. That tunnel looked like to be open. Someone had busted the door. There may be a possibility that we can get in. He said it was closed. But everywhere that we go, fortified places, you always got someone that's wanting to get in. So they've bricked it up completely, and there's a door smashed, or there's a grate smashed. So we're going to be able to get in. Wow. Unless there's a door behind there. Look at that. Take a picture from here. We're going to be able to get in, thank you very much. It's going to be boggy. Might be a bit better. Can you run it, just tighten that, Jules? Hold that. Yeah, tighten it. Is it tight? Hang on. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Unless it's waterlogged, which it looks like it is. If it's completely flooded, then we won't go. She's open. You coming in or not? Wow, it is. I'll tell you how deep it goes. Yeah, you're gonna be muddy. You're gonna actually they've got these milk crates that you can walk on. Let's see if we can get in. Alright, let me get in here first, then I'll film you. This is incredible. Alright, Jules, do exactly what I did. You're going to get a little bit muddy, but you're sweet. No, it's dry. As soon as you get to this, past this bit, it's dry. So, get on that first milk crate, put your camera away. You can use that gate as leverage as well because it's tied with a chain. That's what we need to do to get into these places. You coming in? I put in a hair up. Yeah, there's a cement platform, I gather. A lot of the stuff in here looks to be from the mushroom days. Okay. Yeah, lean on that door. No, don't get on that. Get on, hang on, let me see. Yeah, get on that and be careful up here. Up here is really slippery. Yeah, grab onto that. Can you grab onto that thing? Sorry, I can't do anything for you because you be careful there because it's really slippery. Okay. Hang on, we're just going to pause here for a second. I'm going to get the other torch out so we can light up that way. Would you believe I lost my glasses and I had to go back up that thing that we slid down? Incredible. All right, Jules has got her torch. I should be able to light mine up as well. That's 5,000 lumens. And we've seen another couple out there. Here we go, we've got some rail carriages here. Let me just see how slippery this is. Whoa! Whoa! What a goose, all right. It looked to be concrete. We've got to tell those other people not to do it. All right, you might have just caught that. This is what I'm left with. Lucky I have the sense to go down with 1 foot and not 2. So come along this rail carriage here, Jules, and when I step down here, if it's muddy again, which it is because they have got milk crates that we need to step on. This could be muddy all the way. This might be a bit dangerous. Let me see here. That milk crate's all right. That milk crate's all right. That milk crate's all right. So far, so good. That's all right. Does it dry up over there? I think it will. Just let me walk. That one's all right. That one's all right. Okay. Come down. Yeah. Oh, sorry. All right, take a photo now. I just hope that family doesn't come in. I've given them a bum steer. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Glenbrook tunnel. Let's go, Jules. I want you up close to me, just in case I fall in this quicksand. You know what all this shit is on the ground? This is growing the mushrooms. That's what it is. Look at my foot. Yeah, crates are fine. Just going from one to the other. Aim the light a little bit further down so it doesn't go in the camera. Okay, now you go on that, go on that. Step in here, step in here. So someone's made a path through. This is awesome. This is fantastic. Yeah, climb in there. This is where, I don't know if that's concrete there or not. Am I going to take the risk again? Yeah, baby, we're on concrete. We're safe to go. There's still bags or something up the top there. You right? That's brilliant. Yeah, on the concrete. To your right there is concrete. Yeah, all that's concrete. Just go under there. We are now on concrete. Sweet. Okay, yeah, all this stuff here is from the mushroom days. You can see it's like fertiliser. My leg might grow bigger now because I've got so much fertiliser on my leg. You got this creamy substance on this side. I don't know what it is. This is the Glenbrook Railway Tunnel, better known as Alcatraz, Australia. They stored mustard gas in here for the Second World War, thinking that there was going to be a chemical attack from the Japanese. And after that, I gather it was used as a mushroom farm, as all these tunnels were back in the day. These are all, yeah, it looks like these are all soil for the mushrooms. They're just left here to rot. This is worth money. This is money right here. We're going to now have to climb up the mushroom stacks, the mushroom soil stacks. Can we make it to the other side? I'm hoping so. Let me just try to get on top there and we'll start filming again. You coming, Gilly? There's the lights for the mushrooms. We'll see if we can climb up the side here. It looks like there's more milk crates on there. So. As you can see, we have mounds and mounds of these little bits of soil, I think. That's all I can think they are, concerning with the mushrooms. So what we're going to have to do is just climb all over these bags. We can see where people have trodden before, so that's what we're going to do. It's a little bit harder for me because my right foot is that slippery. You come up to where I am, Jules. I'm going to shoot 9,000 lumens down here. Just want to get your torchy out. Look what's underneath it. Can you see under there? Oh, camera, sorry, yeah. Are you ready? Tell me when. Do it. You got it? Down this way. Up, get that fan wheel up the top there too. Good. Alright, let me just drop this down. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay. Alright, you just wait and see how I go, and you just follow my footsteps. If I fall, there's no need for you to fall. What would be deadly stuff? Underneath? What a way to go out there. What are these things? There's whole bags full of those. Look at that. Take a picture of that. It looks like little, it's got drainage holes. Maybe you plant the mushrooms in each individual one. Take one of those home. What does it say here? It says Bulk Handling Australia Builders, AU. This is the S shape that it speaks of. And they want to open up this. They're kidding themselves. If they open up, you've got a better chance of opening up the Otford Tunnel than you have of this. Just look at the amount of shit you have to clear from in here. Alright, we're going to have to do another pallet trek. I'll suss it out. You just hang back. These pallets, you're going to have to walk on these pallets again. Someone's gone to a lot of trouble to put all these down for us. Alright, come to where I am here, Jules. On this bag, you're pretty safe. You can get on that little bit down there. To your right, to your right, to your right. Step down on your right. Yeah, straight down. Put your foot down where the rock is below. No, just below you. You can step down on the next little pallet below you. That's it. Step down on there.
Why not that one?
Yeah, you can do it. That's what I did, but... Yeah, that's right. Good girl. Now we've got to go on these things. I don't think this mud is as bad as the other mud. Just watch where I've got my footing, okay? Okay. As long as you don't fall in, that's all. The mistake was made at the beginning. There will be no mistakes made anymore. I think that's it. I think we're on the home stretch now. There's water seeping through. This stuff must be all got to do with the mushroom farming. I dare say not many people get to see in here. Huh? I don't know. No, there's no asbestos in here. Where's the asbestos in here? So you don't see anything on these bags saying dangerous goods. I can't see anything. Danger, do not touch. This is all got to do with the mushroom. Oh no, that's for... Oh no, there's lids for these. I can't see one thing on these bags saying danger.
Yeah, but once you ferment stuff for years and years and years, it becomes like that there.
Yeah.
It becomes dangerous.
That's all right. When I find a creek, I'll get this off. Although it's getting very itchy. It's drying up, that's why. You think my leg will fall off? Mate, I'd still do these adventures as an amputee. What a place. What an incredible place. Go in front of me a little bit, as that torch will light up as well. You can get to take a picture down here. Hang on, stay still. Yep. This torch is getting a little bit hot. I might have to swap to yours, Chelsea. Alright, we've swapped to the X80 GT. The X45 Ace Beam was getting rather hot. Plenty of piping. For 633 metres in length, heritage listed. From what the gentleman told us, they're looking to open it up as a bicycle and walkway. It would be. It's going to take a lot of cleaning. Although you do have good concrete footings here, so... Okay, I think we're coming to the western porthole, which is completely sealed. So if anyone's looking to do this, you're going to get a little bit dirty. Well, if you're smart, you won't. Just follow the milk crates and the pallet racking, and you'll be sweet. But I can see a door in the distance, so I think we've done it. We've just walked from the eastern portal to the western. Look at it all. It's just everywhere. Hear that? Something up here. It's rain coming, water seeping down from underneath. So somewhere along here, we were under a park. So whatever park is close on Explorers Road there, that's where we were. Just be careful with this black shit here. I don't know if it's slippery. That looks right. This is the place you need the DX80. A nice big 32,000 luma thrower. Throw down here. Scared? Mm-hmm. It's like the plastic tubing is cracking. Mm-hmm. Don't you feel safe in here? No. I do. Why not? It's built by a group. Well, we're on the left-hand side here.
And can we get locked in here?
How do we get locked? It's not like someone's just opened a padlock. We shall turn around as soon. Does it smell musty to you?
I'm worried. Breathing in.
Can you smell anything there? There's nothing in here. We went to Fort Drummond not all that long ago with Mav, and this same mushroom stuff was left there as well. If someone wants to open a mushroom farm, hey, just come on down. Grab as much as you want. We're nowhere near the start. This is where a dog leg's around. The S-bend. Oh. Yeah, and? Do you think you dropped something? I've got no idea either, honey. Aircon system. Look at those big wheels, ventilation wheels. That looks modern tech. That's mushroom technology. That's not World War II. Oh, it might be. Could be World War II technology. How old did we say this tunnel was? 1890? 260 years? Someone's been in here with a Coke, like a Coke can of today. That's a fairly new looking Coke can. Things we do. Look at that. I thought you had.
No, you keep walking away every time
sorry.
I tried to get it.
Apologise. Do a landscape. We want that full screen on the TV when we're watching it back on YouTube. Well, once you get around the S-band, it's just concrete. And all right, you've got a little bit of 1989. Rest in peace. Go back, Jules, right as far as you can, and just take it upways, like a portrait. See if you can get the whole manhole. Yep. All right, we've got a bit of graffiti here now. Here we go, look at this. Virgin Megastore. Richard Branson's been down here. Not only was he the first person in space, he's probably the first person down here. So this, what do you reckon? Do you reckon the western portal might be open as well? If it is, we don't have to come back the same way we did.
Yes, that was very much fun.
We'll just go home this way. All right, now's where it starts getting very sketchy. What does it say there? La Mancha. I can't read that other bit. La Mancha. Piles of the stuff. All right.
I wonder why mushrooms aren't growing now, do you?
Don't know. Here's the big roll of the Megastore, Virgin Megastore. I must have been wrapping some things up in it. That's all I can put it down to. It is just a whole galleyway of this. And here's all the crates. We got a broom. Plenty of crates. There's no rail lines in here to bring, like when we went to see Corley Tunnel, there was rail lines, and I forget what the girl's name is on YouTube. She told me that the lines were used to take the mushrooms out on the carts, the rail carts. But in here, they must have had carts with wheels or something. Yeah, it's a bit colder on this end, isn't it? Yeah, it's getting cold now. There you go, what does that say there? Lilium Oriental Sorbonne. There's no date or anything. The date on the crates looks to be 2005. If that does. You can see light? There we go, you can see light. It might just be a locked gate, and we'll have to walk all the way back, which I'm hoping to do. I thought I was going to lose my thong there for a second. I struggled to pull it out. Shower head. Is it open or closed? I doubt the western side will be open, isn't everyone will be coming in. And from pictures that I've seen, this site's very heavily fortified. Can I get in the spa like this, Jilsy? Did you get a picture of this big fan? We'll do it on the way back, unless those doors are open there. I'm down to the last 40 seconds of filming. So the tunnel's taken us around about 12 minutes to walk through. We'll have to do a walk on that side one day. Ooh, this side's heavily fortified. Not breaking down this. See, if they had built something like this on the other side, you got no chances of getting in. Ooh, look at the big padlocks. One. Okay, so there's nothing in this one, and there's one there. So you got a padlock right there. It's an Abus, big ass Abus lock. And you've got nothing in that one. And you've got a big ass Abus lock there, and another one there. So one's missing, you've got three blocking it off. We're just about to head on back. We're now returning from the western portal of the Glenbrook tunnel, built in 1892, and I think it closed around about 1913. Then used for mushroom farming, and once World War II hit, it was used as a depot for mustard gas by the WWII. A definite, you want to try to get a picture of that from back here? A definite must do. If you want to get yourself a little bit dirty, come in through the eastern portal and come and walk through some history. Absolutely amazing. I don't think too many people have filmed in here, and we were just lucky that we slid down a really steep, what could have been like a water drainage system, and managed to get in. But other people have been in here before us, but I have not seen any clips, anyone that's taken footage from it in here, so this could very well be the first time anyone has seen footage, apart from the History Channel footage, of someone walking through Glenbrook. Alright, we're going to do a leisurely stroll back down again without filming, and once we get to the end, we'll start up again and we'll bid farewell. We've done the climb back over the all the Hessian bags here, and we can see the light in the distance. So we're now concluding the walkthrough of the Glenbrook tunnel. Absolutely magnificent day. To think this is just down the road from Julie's place, so we've not had to go outside of her LGA, which would have made it illegal. You have to stay within 10 kilometres of the person that you're visiting. We have not come in contact with any people. We're exercising. So this is exactly the same thing as you see all those golfers that turn up to their golf course every day and playing 18 rounds of golf. There is no difference to what they're doing to what I'm doing. Now, if you're to ever do this walk, this is where you have to be really careful. Okay, you've got to know where you walk, and I know that firsthand because what I thought was concrete turned out to be mud. So under here is complete mud. And if you follow, if you've got your bearings and you follow what people have put down before us, you'll be sweet. You know, even if you've got some pretty brave kiddies, I see no problem with the kids doing this at all. This is the type of adventures I used to live for when I was younger. And this is why I still love them at the age of 50. I've got some, I don't know if these are rail carts or mushroom carts, but whatever they were, it's one or the other. And this is where I come unstuck, right there. So the hole's sucked back in again, but that is deep. Everything there is just mud. So walk along here. You know, this will probably give way at some point in time as well. And we're now exiting. Are you right to exit, Jules?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just hit the button once. There's a steel button. You got it? That's it. Cool. All right, you want to put it in your pocket? I'll get you going out. And there's one last look at what the Glenbrook tunnel looks like. I can hear voices outside. All right, go. Go for it. Yeah, just hang on to that and hang on to the door. That door is real secure. Did you see a date on the outside of it? Well, let's have a look on the outside if there's a date. Yeah, that's all right. And the door too. Well done. Adventure girl. Right, I'm going to have to put this torch away and get my way out as well. Make sure this torch is in properly. Can you imagine if the torch fell in here? I can't see where I'm stepping. Jules, I can't see where I'm stepping here. Have you got the torch? That's all right. I'm sweet. I'm sweet. Can you hear voices? Okay, you turn that torch off now. Oh. Look for a date somewhere above here. Well, my foot has dried up a little bit. Doesn't look as bad as it once did.
I reckon we can't get up there.
Where? Yeah, we could walk up. We could climb up there if you want.
Where's the-
Yeah, we'll put the torches away and we'll climb up. There's no date anyway. Must be a date on the other side. Did you take any pictures of this side?
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll come back again with Mav and do some more. All right, we'll call it a day. That's it. The adventures are over. That's a wrap. That's one of the best I've done. To think how remote this place is, and to think we followed the tunnel gully, as they call it, which may have been a rail corridor, I've got no idea. That was just a brilliant day out. All mapped out through satellite mapping. Bye-bye. Adios. Just about to cross the Lapston Bridge here on Governor's Drive. So instead of heading back the way we came through the train gully, the railway gully, we've decided to go on Governor's Drive and then Explorers Road to Lapston Station, where we are going to cross over the train tracks and head home that way. So that's where we were. We were down below this. So you would remember early on in this video that I took footage from down here, looking up at this bridge. A little bit further down here is where the water tunnel is, where we actually, stormwater tunnel, where we actually cross on over. Look at that bird flying through there. And we could actually see this bridge in the distance. I'll just go over to this side without getting hit by a car and have a look. And this is, so we went under this bridge. These were where all the rock slides were. This is where it gets a little bit hairy. And this continues up to the eastern portal of the Glenbrook tunnel. What a fantastic day out. Jules is waiting for me up the top there, so I better make a move. She's keen to get home and put the shanks on for slow cooking for tonight. We have now reached the crossover point of Lapston Station to get back on the other side to head to Lapstone Place. So here's the station here. So this is the main western line to the Blue Mountains. Jules is taking some pics. And there's the dirt track that we need to get down to. And very soon we should be passing that electrical cable tower where we decided to venture down into the railway corridor. Left or right, she says. I am not sure. Where are those power lines? We need to find the power lines. They will guide us. There they are down the way you're going. So we'll head down here and we'll see if we're correct. One of the few errors of judgment that we made today is as we came over this crossing here at Lapston Station, we decided to turn left because we've seen the electrical cable, but that's not the one. We actually went to a different one. So once you come out of Lapston Station, you need to take the track right, and this now should lead us to the original electrical tower from this morning. We will confirm this in about 10 minutes. One of the few steep hills that we've seen today in our favour, and we can confirm we are back to where this journey started. Here is my old friend here in the distance, the electrical tower. This was my go-to point when I mapped this place out for today. I followed these electrical lines. I knew if we to follow this tower and these lines, this would take us where we needed to be, needed to go. So it's good to get back to the exact point we headed off into the bush here. So if you're thinking about doing the creek bed that we did, that's the tower, and just look for, here's a couple of points in the bush here. Look for this dead tree stump here, dead log. There's another one on this side. Look for the houses in the distance, and if you were to dip down here, you'll hit that train gully, and just follow it all the way up. Follow it, make sure the lines that are above us here, make sure the lines always stay on your left until you get up to the tunnel dam. What was it? The water tunnel. Geez, I can't even think. I'm so tired now. I have to wrap it up. That's a good 5 hours, 6 hours of walking. I'm buggered. Alright, we'll call it a day. That's it. Until next time, adios.